Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to see if we can get the 1941 John Deere A to run. Now, it has not been that long ago since it ran, but the last time I tried to get it to start, it wouldn't start. I messed with it for maybe 20 minutes and gave up. So we're going to put a little more effort into it today, and one reason I want to do this is just to keep the machine up by using it occasionally. Another reason is my new John Deere tractor couldn't pull that two-bottom plow, and I'd like to see if this can. And my other tractor's actually broke down, so if I want to till that ground or plow that ground, this would be a good excuse. So I brought my dad over, not because he has a lot of expertise on John Deere tractors or old John Deere tractors, but just more time messing with stuff and trying to get old equipment to start.
It's not old unless it's older than we are, though.
Yeah. Well, this is a 41, so this tractor is 82 years old.
Yeah.
So
it's got a few years on me.
Yeah. So obviously it's pretty simple. We got to make sure we're getting fuel and spark, and right now we wouldn't be able to get either. So got a few things we need to do. The first thing I want to do is check the crankcase, because these tractors have a tendency to let the gas bypass through the carburetor and they'll flood down into the crankcase. And I'm not sure, I think one time I left it sitting without closing off the gas.
Yep.
So we're gonna do that first. I got a test driver up here. She's been driving this thing in place, and every time she turns that wheel, it's pretty loud. So we got some rust patrol and hit that point there, and then the throttle lever was really hard to move, so we're letting that soak a little bit. Did the rust patrol help the squeak?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, babe. So here's the spray can.
Okay.
When you push this down, it'll spray out. We need to spray this part right here all the way around that. Push it hard, it'll spray. Push. There you go. And get some out here on the end too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Good job. So my concern was that this would be overfilled, but I took the check plug out and I'm not getting any oil, so I guess we need to add some. This is where we pour the oil in. We take this cap off, and take that out, and set it down.
I'm pouring the oil in.
Yep. Now,
I don't want to make it all dirty.
well, if you want to help, you'll probably get your hands dirty. That's how that works, don't you know?
Yeah, my hands are already dirty.
You know what the cool thing is
What?
about dirty hands?
What?
You just wash them,
Oh.
right? And then they're not dirty anymore, so it's okay. So I wash my hands every 2 weeks if I need it or not.
Oh.
Does that sound like a good plan?
You are getting oil on you.
Mm-hmm. You're going to get oil on you too.
No.
Well, you will if you're helping.
Oh.
Okay, can you take that and start pouring it up there until I tell you to stop? And don't pour it too fast, just pour it in.
This looks like sweet tea.
Looks like sweet tea.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. It's coming out.
What it is?
Yep. Good job. That was the job.
Can I put this back in?
Yep, put it back in there. Give me a thumbs up. Next thing we're going to do is empty the sediment bowl. We'll go ahead and dump this out, see if we can spray out the sediment on the bottom. Okay, here is what's inside of that. Looks fantastic. It's solids in there, and this was a new sediment bowl, I think. Should we drain out the fuel?
It should just be running now.
It should, but it's not.
That's probably why you didn't start last time. I know I saw one of your videos where you were having issues getting gas to come out. Well, it's in the settlement bowl.
I've had more gas than I thought, but I don't mind letting it all out. So it feels like as soon as we pulled the bowl out, or I'm pretty confident we should have been running gas out of this and we weren't. So somehow this is clogged up, and of course I just pushed on that and kind of ripped this little filter on the bottom. But I actually think that when I replaced the carburetor, I ordered a replacement for this too. I'll have to go look and see what I actually got with it. Otherwise, we're gonna have to clean that out and get gas flowing through it.
These older vehicles were pretty simplistic. The really only two things you've got to concern yourself with: are you getting fuel and are you getting spark? And it's obvious we weren't getting fuel, so that's probably why you had trouble starting it before. Shouldn't be a big fix if we've got the part or if we can get it.
Yep. So first we'll look for the new part, and if we don't have it, we'll try blowing that out.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, I pulled the screen out, and I don't know if you can see it, but the inside behind the screen is just completely packed with gray, clay-looking stuff. It really doesn't even look like rust, but whatever it is, it had it completely plugged up. I have no idea what this is. Residue from some kind of gas treatment or tank sealer or what, but it's plugged up.
So I'm gonna go look for a new one, see if I have a new one, because if I've already bought it, I'm just gonna use it. But in the meantime, maybe you can work on cleaning that out.
I bet this one could be cleaned out and used, but check and see if you got one, and we'll clean this one out for next time.
So he's got that freed up in the time it took me to find this one, and it would probably work, but I'm just gonna put the new one on. We'll keep the old one in case we ever have another problem. Looks like we are gonna reuse the old one, because these threads are the same size, but they're not the same. You see, they're made for different couplers. We'd have to put like an adapter on this because the fuel line goes up inside there, and this is smaller diameter.
The right way?
Yeah, I think there's only a couple gallons left. We don't need that much to make sure it works.
Element bulb's filling up.
Filling immediately. So I've used 25 gallons of fuel since I got this transfer tank. So I think this would start right up right now because we probably solved the problem with the gas, but we're gonna verify that we actually have spark before we try to start it. For one, that was just already my plan. The other thing is, I don't think this battery's fully charged, so we may only get a certain number of cranks before we're using a jump starter. I definitely saw a spark here.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm gonna do it again and see if it's a consistent spark. We've got fuel and we've got spark. Let's see if we can drive this thing around. just shut the fuel off.
Actually sounded like it's starting to run a little smoother when it was running out of gas, just before it died.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely possible it's getting too much fuel. There's adjustments on the carburetor that I don't understand.
Yeah, it needs to be run more. Your carburetor will gum up if you don't. And you'll take some of that, it's set so long in one place that the tires kind of get flat spots. And you're going down through there, it looks like you're a jackrabbit bouncing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that need to be done. But if I was going to use it at all, it would need tires right away. Okay, so that was a pretty simple, easy fix, which we didn't know that when we started, but just a clogged up fuel filter above that bowl.
Yeah.
But we've identified a couple more problems with the tractor we'd like to start working on. And I have the John Deere shop manual for this tractor. And it's amazing, this little thin manual, if you go through it, it covers like 5 models and tells you how to rebuild the entire tractor. So I think we're going to use this, and we're going to make a few videos periodically working on this. The first 2 things we've identified is the steering's really loose. We want to try to tighten that up. And my lift arms don't operate. There's fluid in the box for it. There's hydraulic fluid in there. But when you push the pedal, it does not move. So that'll be maybe a little bit bigger project. But
Well, and we may have to revisit that settlement bulb. There was some kind of gray material in there. I mean, if it'd been rust, I would have expected that, but I have no idea what that gray is or where it came from. And so, it may be something that clogs up again down the road.
Yep. But we did start it up a second time and drove it around again with no problems. So I'm going to call today a success. And if you like these old John Deeres, stick around. We'll do some more on it. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.